Hey YouTube. You know, I didn't really post anything the last couple of days. Started to, but in light of some of the recent events going on around the world, didn't really, I don't know, wasn't sure what to say, I guess. But I was just sitting out here, checking out this beautiful scene, sitting over top of a creek on a ladder that Mike made. Walks right down to it. It's pretty awesome. There's that firewood from that tree that fell down during the Dury show last month. But I had one of my Facebook friends, a few months ago, make a post about who's this Paul Ryan guy. Shows you how much I pay attention to politics. She said something like, people put their faith in a politician to fix the world, and God's the only one that can do it. I'm keeping my eyes on God. I don't care about politics. And I made a comment back. I'm sure this will probably be about the last time she puts up with one of my comments, and she'll probably boot me off her Facebook page. You know, that's the ultimate slap in the face nowadays. It seems like people think that way anyway, but she, well, I responded and was like, you know, there was this guy out west that was fined and put in jail for having Bible study classes in his home. I'm sure he would be concerned a little bit about politics now, and he's a preacher. This whole mentality, I don't know, I'm so frustrated with just people in general and their stupidity and their small minds and their take me to Walmart and let me eat some McDonald's food and shoot my kids up with fluoride and vaccines that are full of poisons. I'm just dumbfounded at what I see around me. You know, kids nowadays call themselves hippies, and it's the hippie kids now. It's just about their clothes. It's a style, you know. It's not anything about the meaning of it, and you know, it's just everything's so messed up. Video games, and I love to play some video games once in a while. Don't get me wrong. I'm talking about spending all of your money on the video games and hours, and that's your social venture, and I'm really tired of having people over in the younger crowd sit around, all of them on their cell phones, and they'll bring their laptops to a party so they can sit and play on Facebook, and yet nobody. We had a mosque here in Harrisonburg that some kids who obviously can't spell well spray painted on the side of it, and they spray painted a caricature of a male genitalia, we'll say it that way, and they were saying F you Iraq and just stupid shit. And so a bunch of people are all planning to go to the mosque on Sunday and support and yada yada yada, and this whole big thing and all this hate crime and blah blah blah. Yet when you sit there and watch some of the posts going through, a lot of people, not all of them, but a lot of people still, after these 3 or 4 days, have not heard anything about what's going on at the embassies around the world. And so though this spray painting incident was childish, immature, wrong, judgmental, racist, etc., it was sparked by something. It was sparked by an American ambassador being dragged through the streets for 8 hours, being raped, beaten, burned, stretched, until he ultimately died. And it just seems like the world's on fire in a way, you know. This morning there were bomb threats called into the University of Texas in Austin, to the University, I think it was North Dakota or South Dakota. We got Marines. We're sending servicemen out in battleships towards Libya because all this, you know, upheaval. The gas prices are supposed to be climbing this week, which I did a video that I didn't post that I'll put the clips on this video, but I was getting gas. It was $4.09 a gallon. That was yesterday, and today when I drove by, it was $4.15 at a couple places, but most places were still holding at $4.09. So, you know, we'll see how that plays out. But my point is, I am just very dumbfounded and blown away at how small some people's worlds can be, and how little they pay attention to the rest of the world, and how cocky and arrogant they can be about it. This particular person I'm talking about on Facebook, she blows my mind away. I mean, I cannot even begin to explain it to you, that she feels somehow better than everybody else because she doesn't know anything about politics. You know, if it's just that you just don't care and you just don't know, that's fine. But don't act and make it sound like you're better than everybody else around you for it. And don't use your religion as an excuse for not being in politics, because if anything, that should be your excuse for being in politics. Just this bass backwardness, it just blows my mind. I got a phone call from a presidential pollster thing yesterday, and the guy was asking me if I was going to vote for Romney or Obama, and I started laughing. I said, neither. And come down to finally where he was going to settle for what party do I normally vote for if I'm happy with both candidates. And so I gave him that answer, but, you know, I told him I can't do it. I can't vote for either of these guys. I'm going to write in my choice, and I'm going to do it from an educated standpoint. You know, I've been studying and following this for a while now, and so I feel like I have the right to make that decision. I don't think I'm better than somebody else for it. I don't think that everybody else around me, you know, should do what I do or else burn in hell. It's just, gosh, everybody's crazy lately. But I'm in a good mood. We're going to have some campfire music tonight. Do a little partying. So, looking forward to that. And I got to see my grandson last night. That made me happy. And I'm sitting here on top of this creek looking at this awesome view. And I think that I have the best life in the world. And I love my chickens. I love my guineas. I love my dog. I love my cat. I love my grandbabies. I love my kids. I love my man. I love my car. I love where we live. I love everything about my life right now. And I feel very blessed and very fortunate. I just think everybody else, you know, needs to educate themselves about what they're talking about, or just don't talk about it. You know, don't be putting your foot in your mouth. Don't be stupid. And if people aren't interested in whatever you're talking about, don't give it to them. If they don't want to hear it, don't give it to them. Don't waste your breath. But don't judge them for it either.